on sailing. We sailed north to northern Martinique, where we checked out of the island, and then continued to Les Sands Islands in Guadeloupe on an overnight passage.
Les Sands Islands, heading north. We have about 8 nautical miles now with the open ocean, and it's windy and it's big waves, but we will have it, should be downwind on a broad reach. So we're just gonna round the corner of this little island here to our left, and then we can set our direct course. And then after we round the southwestern cape of Guadeloupe, we have, what is it, 16 nautical miles up to Pigeon Island.
We started with rolling out the genera. Then turning off the engine, and last we rolled out the mainsail.
We're pretty reefed down. I guess we could have had a little bit more sail out, but the wind is pretty gusty, doing between 8 and 9.5 knots of a ground. So we have 26 knots true wind right now, but probably it won't last very long, because soon we will reach the cape over there at Guadeloupe, and then the wind probably will drop, but also the sea states. That's nice. And we're in this sound between Guadeloupe, the main island, and Les Sands. And this is the whale season, so if we're lucky we'll see humpback whales. We talked to some locals the other day on Les Sands, or Terre de Haute, and they told us that they've been sighting whales around the islands lately. Often when we're sailing in sporty conditions like today, we like to bring up the control line for the furlegs to the electrical winch here, so we can reef even faster and easier. So that way we can control both the mainsail from here and the winch over there, and the furlegs from this winch. So we can do all the reefing from the cockpit fast and easy and safe. We're just about to round the cape, and the wind is very gusty now. We have between 24 and 32 knots true wind. Yeah, on a beam reach right now. But the sailing is great. We're doing 9 knots right now over ground, so very good speed.
Now we're sailing in the lee of Guadeloupe, so no waves, but very gusty wind, exactly as we had in Martinique. This is the case when you sail in the lee of islands that have high topography, high mountains, because the wind sweeps over and then down those mountains and accelerates. And then it can die down completely, and then you get another gust.
Yeah, and now it dropped down to 12 knots true. And in a few minutes it will probably be around 25 to 27 again.
Vera woke up from her nap and joined us in the cockpit.
Vad har du där i?
Leja.
Halsband?
Always back down on our anchor and rev up slowly to around 1600 RPM. Take a bearing on something on land so you see that you're not moving, and then let the RPM sit there for a while to really dig down the anchor. It seems to be a pretty good holding here. It gripped very fast. So
now we found a good spot to anchor here between all the boats. All the boats are like in one row, and you swing around, so you need quite a lot of space. We're untying the lines for the dinghy now. We attached lines so it will be fixed in a fixed position when we're sailing. And for some reason we forgot to hoist the swim ladder before we hoisted the dinghy yesterday. So we noticed a few miles in that the ladder was in the water while sailing 8-9 knots. But nothing happens, it's just like extra resistance through the water. But now I will let it go. Johan and Vera are gonna go ashore to do some errands. We have two big, I don't know, but two grocery stores right in here, so we dropped anchor in a very good position. I'm gonna work, and they're also gonna go to the gas station, which is also next to the grocery store, because we're almost out of gasoline for the dinghy. You use the dinghy a lot, so it goes pretty fast emptying the tank. Pigeon Island. Gonna go snorkeling. It's beautiful here. It's a underwater reserve nicknamed Chac Cousteau Reserve after the famous French marine ocean man Chac Cousteau.
The Pigeon Islands have been a part of Guadeloupe National Park since 2009. Chac Cousteau brought the place to international attention as one of the world's top dive areas. We took turns on snorkeling, while one stayed with the kids. So many schools of fish and healthy corals. This is one of the best snorkeling grounds we've seen in the Caribbean.
We are wet and it's raining. We're sitting here in the rain, having a little snack. Vera is taking shelter here behind our dry bag from the rain. No, it's it stopped raining. There's a lot of people here. Most people will come here by these kayaks. We are kind of surrounded by kayaks. It's not a big beach that we're sitting on, it's pretty tiny.
Now it was my turn to explore underwater. I've never seen a coral this big. This one is an elkhorn coral. Such a great day under and above the water.
The weather these days. Are we really in the tropics? In the high season? Not the hurricane season.
The good thing about all the rain is that the boat gets clean and all the beautiful rainbows.
We woke up in the middle of the night by a big squall with lots of wind. The boat actually started dragging and we had to re-anchor. While doing that, we could see the anchor lantern from a sailboat in the distance that was drifting away towards the open sea. And Mattias and I decided to go and try to save the boat.
Sämnar en dinge på den. Ja, det är en dinge där, ja. Ja, det är det, ja. Ja, det en Bali 4,0 va? Ja. Ut som det. Du väntar på att köra någonting på en sån, så att säga. Du knackar på eller? Ja. Hello! 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 Wake up!
We just saw your anchor light going far out at sea.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, thank you. We also... We're on the other side of Pigeon Island now. Well, they had drifted pretty far. I guess next stop would have been, I don't know.
Panama.
Yeah, Panama.
It's in the middle of the night. I'm here alone with Vera, who is asleep. I'm out here in the cockpit, watching the boat, how it's moving, and the wind. Another gust, 30 knots. And I'm hoping that everything goes well for the guys. I can see the lanterns of the boat, but it's way over there in the village, which means that there was someone on board, because I think otherwise they would have come here with the boat, Johan and Matthias.
You had regrets?
No, it was pretty far out. With this biscuit, the waves were pretty rough, but and I was a bit, you know, if the engine dies, you know, and there's nobody on this boat. Yeah, thanks a lot. Take care. Bye. That was pretty crazy. They were far out at sea.
And they were sleeping,
Yeah, all of them were sleeping.
so they got quite the shock when you were knocking
Yeah, and we had to bang on the boat a lot before they woke up. The crew from the boat that me and Matthias helped out last night, they just came by with the local rum as a gift. Really nice of them. They're heading north now to the next anchorage up north here on the island. Yeah, it was a quite special evening last night. A lot of boats dragged anchor here. And seeing it now today, they were very lucky that they didn't end up on the rocks on the island over there. They drifted just by the island. Yeah, you just imagine the shock if they would have woken up this morning in the middle of the sea, not knowing where they were, and, you know, been drifting for the whole night, being maybe 30 or 40 nautical miles out at sea. So... That's food for 325 euros. Pretty expensive, even if it's pretty cheap for being in the Caribbean. And the reason we're stocking up now is because it's, even if this costs a lot of money, it's way cheaper than on Antigua, the next island we're going to sail to.
We are preparing for a little sundowner here on board. Vill du ha äpple? It just happens so that we are 4 Swedish boats anchored next to each other. So we invited the other 3 of them over for some sundowners. You know, the boat is always a mess on board. It's small and gets disorganized in a second. But when you have people over, it's good because then you will start cleaning and organize everything. So, like for the last hour, we've been really fast organizing everything. So it's good. Now we did the clean for the week. What are you guys doing? Johan, what are you doing?
I'm serving some pina colada. Me and Matthias did from the rum that we got the other day from the French boat that we saved in the middle of the night. Dragging out at sea.
And you used an old recipe, right?
Yeah, we got a book from our friend Kenneth.
Thanks for watching this episode. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and stay tuned for next week's episode.